It is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Carolina Panthers. On to get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Heinz Field. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Quickly out wide to Eskridge. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They go play action here on first down. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? So, who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. They'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's the Panthers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And that is incomplete.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
He's going to let it go again. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And wants the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On the give, this is Harris. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. They run for it with Harris. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Steelers have taken a 13-0 first-quarter lead. extra point now by Boswell. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Moore. He will return it. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. It's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Flushed out right. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Panther football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Well, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. will step aside. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
To the air again, Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. To throw. He's going to look deep for more. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 96 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And a lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to air one out. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Buying time to his left. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. On the ground, it's Harris. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. On fourth down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's caught inside the 30. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. That caught by Trimble. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown, Panthers! Tommy Trimble as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Flushed out right. And he'll be out right at at the 35.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Harris. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They run again with Harris. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Moore. He will return it. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Back to throw again. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. Touchdown, Carolina! Terrace Marshall, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
But listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet. But they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. Does the big boy have the juice? Past the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. That'll increase their lead to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Only able to gain a couple there, and they're going to have a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Dancing to his left. There's Trimble, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Flush to his right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now back to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. T.J. Watt in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Fourth quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Herbert. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And, Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career. And that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that. And even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now here's another carry for Harris. 118 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. Yeah, he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Defensively, they know the situation. They stack the line. Heck, that was a goal line set right there.
And it's the right play for them, exactly what they have to do. They want to take away every gap, every crack, and make sure no one can get through it. But here's the deal, though. You've worked on offense all year long about these types of defensive fronts. And if they can penetrate it at all, your runner has a chance to go a long way behind.
It could be a house call. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Powers through it. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They'll run again with Harris. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give them a good 10 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something?
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he's got it in the end zone. Bit of a surprising call here, down by as many as they are, but the fake works, and they'll get 2 points closer instead of 1. And they got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. He'll rifle this one deep right side. They've got his man complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 47 yards. And the Steelers stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Boswell for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.